Hello, today we're going to talk about family trends, and I would like to explain you a little bit what it is. Family trends is the way in which the family used to organize the house. How they used to establish the different rules in the house and how this family used to behave. In order to know a little bit more about the past of the family trends, I have prepared this presentation. First of all, we have that in the past, most of the parents used to be so strict with their children for everything. They like that their children grow up in a good way, and the only way that they found to do this is to do a lot of to make a lot of rules in the house, um, to punish them if they do something wrong, etc. However, also they had the thought that they need to spend a lot of time with family. I consider that in this point is because they didn't have the internet or television in that moment. So the only way that they had to entertain between each other was talking with each other, obviously. Other thing that is relevant here is that the children used to have a schedule that they need to follow. And if they don't do that, they used to have a punishment. As I mentioned before, I consider that the only bad thing about this is that probably the children grow up frustrated because they didn't understand why their parents wanted that they behave in that way. In contrast, we have that nowadays the parents tend to be more flexible with their children, but this is a bad point because most of the parents tend, tend to be tend to become to their children rebels or in spoiled children. This is because they try to be good parents better as their parents were with them. And this is good that they have this idea, but it's not too good to give them all everything too easy because they're going to think that they don't have to do anything to earn the things or the money. Also, another problem that we face nowadays is the use of cell phones. We know that the cell phones has been a good creation because it has helped a lot to us to communicate with each other around the world. However, in the families, it has had a bad impact because most of the families nowadays don't talk too much about their days. The only time that they had to spend time together, they tend to use the cell phones while they are eating, so they don't give the chance to the other people to communicate with them. It's a thing that I don't like a lot because we need to change it in order to have a better family relationship. For that reason, also I have prepared some recommendations that if you're a parent, you should apply with your family. But if you are sound, you have the opportunity to do it too. The first thing is that you could prepare some family food in order to you can talk a little bit more with each member of the family, or even you can prepare together this meal. The main goal of this is that you spend time with your family and that you avoid to use the cell phone all the time. The next one is to choose anywhere and you can go with your family to have fun. The main objective here is that you can again spend more time with your family and try to don't be connected in your phone, just to be relaxed and enjoy with your family. The third one is most a recommendation for the parents. This recommendation is that you need to celebrate your children's goal, your children's achievement. It is because the children is going to feel that you feel proud of him or her, and he's going to keep giving the best of him or her. Then we have create family traditions. It's just not Halloween, but you can create new tradition, celebrate the birthdays with dance or something like that, that make to the children feel that belong to that family, and that that tradition is special for the family. They are going to feel good with that. Another thing that is not too common but should be applied in the families is that each member of the family needs to have a responsibility on the household. It means that each one is going to support to maintain the house in good condition. As you can see in the image, each one is working in something. Also, this is going to make feel to the children and to everyone in the family that is contributing to the house, and they are going to feel grateful if you let them to help you. Then we have established house rules. Here is important because if we don't do that, eh, our family is not going to be organized. They're not going to know what could be correct or incorrect in your house. So it's important that you establish the rules and you try to give the example with that, not just to say the rules, but also follow that rules, even though if you create them. On another hand, we have multi-generational households. Well, this is a kind of mix of generations that live together. As you can see in the image, we can see a grandparent, parents, and the the grandsons. So um, here it's important that you realize that we have two, no, three generations, and that each generation has different ideas because their their thinking have been changing through the time. For example, we could assume that grandparent the grandparents are going to have a most close mind than their sons, and the same with the parents. They're going to have close a more close mind, a closer mind than their children. So this is going to be changing and changing, and it's something that we have to deal. And to do this, I will recommend you that first of all you understand the point that I explained to you. And second one, you have to see the positive things that multi-generational households have. For example, we know that in most of the countries, the grandparents are who take care of their children's children. So most the children spend more time with their grandparents. Therefore, their grandparents transmit values to these children, which is great because they have more more strong values that can be useful in the daily life. However, in another part we have the problem that probably the parents didn't share that ideas and they try to grow up their children the way that they want. So to conclude this topic, I would like to say that it's important to respect each thinking because you have to understand that not not every time the things were like they are now. So you need to be aware about this and you need to adapt your mind to different thinkings. You don't have to be so selfish and say, no, the things are like I'm saying. No, I recommend you to try to take advantage of it and learn a little bit of each generation because everyone has something to teach you. And that's it. Thank you very much.